What happened with NIO?
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Trading HT. So let's talk about NIO Inc. Very interesting stock. Today, minus 5% almost. Look at this red candle right here. And if we take this downtrend movement, this could be a correction or a crash. We will ask you, what do you think about it right now? From the 570 area, almost minus 10% to the current level. Wow. Very interesting situation because this movement started, as you can see right here, during the 9th of August, more or less, or the 8th. And from there, only with this correction to take a strength, we could say, and from there, the movement skyrocketed to the upside. But the price didn't reach the 5.97 area, that was the resistance area. But of course, these levels may vary.
Yeah, look at that. It all happened back with a doji in April 2024. Remember, guys, a doji is like that when there is some sort of indecision in a stock. And this particular candle, is like there was the representation of a change. It's like the stock was dramatically going down like crazy. And since that, the stock rebounded. And then we have like retest in 3.62. And again, it went up again to 5.70. So the thing here is like I'm surprised, Enrique, is like the stock didn't reach that $6 area. It's like it started to go down since that resistance level back in June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting as you mentioned that level right here. Let me draw the circle right there. So you can see it. It is like the price got rejected earlier than these two levels that we had previously during May. And also, if we take a look at March and February of this year, look at that. All the resistance and confluence, we could say that the price was trading around those levels. Of course, a lot of interest in that area. So when the price reached that level, the reaction has been to the price got rejected to the lower side. But we have to wait and see how this movement continues. So our question for you guys, let us know in the comments below. Do you think the price will be strong enough to break this level of $6 and maybe visit higher prices again? Or do you think like this will be a correction to the lower side of this kind of range that we have right here in NIO stock?
Yeah, guys, also we have into consideration what's gonna happen next, because right now it's like it's going down, it's like it's correcting, and the key question here is like exactly if it's gonna do it or not, because in past on previous on
Mm-hmm.
previous price action is like it went up to $6, so maybe there is still a chance that it could do it. But right now, these two red candles that we are watching right now, I think it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, let's see for a moment the weekly chart, the weekly time frame, so we can see a higher perspective of these latest movements. And it's interesting to see this descending channel that we had from previous videos, and also the price action you can see right there. Let us know in the comments if you think this parallel channel is still working or not, or do you have a different perspective from the technical side. And it's interesting to notice like the price right now is getting rejected almost at the middle part of this descending channel. And this has happened right here at the start of the descending channel. The support was the middle part. Here you can see like the level was broken out more, but right here it acted as a resistance area. And this last time that the price got rejected before this one, and this one also in May and in December 2023, the level of the middle part of this descending channel acted as a resistance also. So this could be again that situation, or maybe the opposite, as it happened in the past with these multiple breakouts that we have from that level also. So which direction do you think this channel will go?
We read your comments actually about this stock and any other stock we analyze, most popular the stocks as Wall Street. And right now, let's take a look at the volume profile, because obviously the price has been like going sideways for a while. And here you can clearly see, it's like let me see if it can, yeah, exactly right there. Look at the point of control at 4.50. That point of control, that red line, it means that the stock should go, around that red line is like according to this pattern. But obviously we have a lot of volume around this area, 5.70. So it could be trading sideways for a while between 5.70 and 4.72.
Yeah, exactly. Like this indicates the most volume traded, and it was around that lower area. But as you mentioned, a lot of volume being traded also between these levels that were the previous resistance areas that we mentioned. So very interesting from the technical side, this stock. And I wanted to mention this latest news that we have 1 hour ago here from Benzinga. Let's read them very, very fast. Like the headline tells a lot about it. Tesla's Chinese competitor NIO. It's interesting how they, use this comparison with Tesla always, like it is the main stock, we could say, of EV, or the one with most hype. And they begin to delivery of new ES8 in Europe amid the EU tariff concerns. And it's interesting because we talked in previous videos, and you mentioned your opinion about it. So please update it in this comment section. How do you see the situation with the tariffs in Europe and the Chinese cars? Because obviously this can affect the EV market that comes from that side, because the prices will change, and that's something that's a barrier for them, we could say.
Interestingly, it's like this European Union is also against kind of Elon Musk. It's like with Twitter X platform, but at least that from for Tesla they didn't come across in that sense. So obviously right now NIO they have another problem, but still the market share of Europe for NIO is not that much. It's not significant.
I think it's something to take into account. As you can see, in paragraphs of this news, you can read like the expected final tariffs would be around up to 35% on electric vehicles manufactured in China, in addition to the standard 10% car import duty. So that's the number that we have right there according to this data. What do you think about this situation? Do you think this will be as it is mentioned right here? Do you think the situation will change? And how could this affect, in this particular case, NIO stock after this, going back to the chart, this last movement to the upside of more than 50% that a lot of investors were waiting for and expecting, and right now this small correction, we could say for now, of, well, small, it depends, of almost 10%, and if it will continue or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like look at what happened before when we have such a red candle. Normally, it's the beginning of a trend reversal. So it could happen again, and if it happens, it could be the 4.72 level and still the 3.62. It could happen again, because in the end the stock is in losses. And the thing right now is like at least we have some sort of a strong support level because it touched those levels twice. So it could happen for the third time, or maybe it just got busy 4.72 and then goes up from there. And look at Enrique, we have the RSI and MACD. If we check that the weekly chart, also we can clearly see right here, like maybe it's a bullish divergence.
Yeah, exactly. You can state that right there because you can clearly see, like in the chart, if you take the logarithmic scale and the auto to fit the data, you can see like those bounces were right there, a very clear horizontal line. But in the RSI, let me draw with a line so you can also see that. Yeah, exactly. It's going higher, and in the MACD also. So maybe this could be a bullish divergence because we also have this kind of breakout right here in the price that could confirm that, if you take into account this resistance line in white, but if you take a different one, maybe the situation is different. So from the technical side, as usual, multiple perspectives, but how do you see this divergence in the RSI and the MACD in the weekly time frame? Guys, do you think this was a clear signal of entering into the market and this will be strong enough to continue going higher or not? Let us know below.
Let's take a look at the forecast.
Let's go. That section right there, very, very interesting. In this stock, we have a lot of Wall Street analysts offering 1 year price forecast. You can see 29 of them. And it's interesting, the average is positive, plus 25%, around $6.50. The maximum, almost 100%, $10. And the minimum, minus 23%, $4. And also the analyst rating is in the buy territory, we could say. Right there, you can see that information.
Very, very
How do you
bullish.
see that, guys? I want to know your forecast also.
And look at that. I mean, for me, the surprising thing is you take a look at the estimate is just the same as the previous one. In terms of the revenue, a little bit better, but still, the numbers are not good enough. I mean, when we talk about the stock that is in losses, investors usually pay the bill. I always say that, and the thing is, like, if we're gonna experience the same amount of losses for the next 3 quarters, it's difficult, and that's why I say maybe the stock could be trading sideways, because normally the stock reflects the revenue and the EPS, and the EPS is the same for the next 3 quarters, so very, very similar.
Yeah, exactly. This forecast information, I really like to watch it and comment it with you. Let us know in the comments your opinion about it. How do you see this forecast for the quarterly and also in the annual, the EPS forecast that should go higher according to this data, at least to this forecast that we have right here. We will see how it goes. Those reported earnings, going back to the chart and daily time frame, so we can see the next earnings. They should be around probably around 6th of November. So we will see how it goes, if they release them as expected or not, and you can start to say kind of your prediction for those earnings, because of course we have to wait almost 2 whole months from now, but we will see how it goes, and we can in the next videos talk about those predictions, and when these earnings get released, we can compare, like your forecast and the release data.
That's the interesting factor. We have a very similar EPS. I would say the same EPS estimate for the next quarter, and that at that time, before this release of the earnings report, we were talking about the stock was trading at $4. So we have to wait 2 months to experience the same result. Maybe the revenue is a little bit better, but that's it. And we're trading, above, let's take in comparison, 30% comparison. There's a huge difference for the same result.
Yeah, exactly. So we will wait and see how it goes. Let us know your opinions below. We are happy to read all of them and learn with you about your trading style, your trading, which stocks are you analyzing also, and you are talking about. Share this video with your friends if they are traders or not. Share it with them. Thank you very much. Let's go. We really enjoy talking with you and being here in Trading HT. So as usual, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Bye bye.